Hello all, I'm Dr. Veena and today we will be seeing about introduction to family counseling. Before that, this is something about Yellow Point Academic, which is a prominent online platform, and we are focusing on academic excellence, and also there are a lot of diverse courses, and students can benefit from range of resources and opportunities to enhance their profession. And a brief about our course outline would be like this introduction to family counseling will be dealing with overview of family counseling, significance of family counseling, key principles of family counseling, and also goals of family counseling. So when we talk about family, what do you mean about family? So it's a social unit which typically is composed of individuals who are related either by blood, marriage, or adoption. So counseling, when we talk about counseling, the goal of counseling is to help clients to explore their feelings, their thoughts and behaviors, wherein counseling can help to have insight to their problems and also develop coping strategies and to make their lives better with positive changes. So when it comes to family counseling involves working with multiple family members together. It's not only about the couples, it's about any member of the family who is related. It could be between a father and a son, it could be between daughter and mother, it could be between grandparents or grandchildren. So any persons or members that are related to a family, so it involves working with these family members to address and resolve issues within the family system. And also it focuses on improving communication. Many a times most of the problems would be because of miscommunication or because of any conflicts that are not resolved, and they keep on like piling and create a huge rift between the family members. So family counseling helps to focus on improving the communication, to resolve the conflicts, and also to enhance the overall functioning in the dynamics, that is the communication or family roles. The dynamics of family unit. So family counseling recognizes like individual or family members are interconnected with each other. There would be like connections between with the first generation and the third generation. So it could be a connection between generations, and also the issues affecting one member of the family can impact the entire family. So family counseling addresses all these issues. So when we look at the family counseling issues, some of the issues could be related to communication, related to family challenges. There could be divorce or separation. There could be substance abuse or addiction affecting the entire family. It could be grief or loss or bereavement, or some mental health issues which impact the family dynamics. So let's look at each problems. So timeline of family counseling. When we talk about the timeline, how family counseling has developed over years. In the early 1920s and 1940s, we know like Alfred Adler and Sigmund Freud explored lot of concepts regards to family dynamics and individual psychology. In the 1950s and 1960s, we got the systemic approach. The Palo Alto group, including Gregory Bateson and Don D. Jackson and J. Haley, they have introduced systemic approach which studies families as a unique system, and also the communication pattern and behavior within the family systems. In the 1960s and 70s, it was the work of structural family therapy. We all know like Saldar Minishin, he developed the structural family therapy, which emphasized on family organization and also the structure as central to understand or address the conflicts within the family. And in 1960s and 1980s, strategic family therapy developed. J. Haley and Chloe Mandinis contributed to strategic family therapy, which employs specific interventions to create change within the family system. So 1970s and 80s family system theory, we know like Mirren Burway's family system theory has a lot of importance, and it emphasizes on multi-generational family dynamics and also the transmission of patterns across generations. It also emphasizes on the roles of each family members, how significant it is, and also the communication patterns or the family structure itself, whether functional, dysfunctional, enmeshed. So these are more discussed during this era. And in 1980s and 1990s, the postmodern and narrative approaches by Michael White and David Epstein, these people have introduced this postmodern and narrative family therapy, which emphasizes the exploration and reauthoring of family narratives and experiences, what happens in a particular family, or the values that they carry through the generations. And in 2000s to present, we have integrative and eclectic approach when it comes to marital and family therapy. So family counseling becomes more integrative and eclectic, drawing from various models and approaches. And also the interventions are tailor-made, and it suits, it's very unique to each issue. And when it comes to significance of family counseling, why family counseling is required? It helps strengthening family bonds, it resolves conflicts, improving parent-child relationship. It also helps, if there is any negative pattern, or to break that negative cycles or negative patterns, or it addresses life transitions. It also helps to blend the families, or supporting the blending of the families. It enhances problem solving skills. It also prevents any further issues that could come up in the family. It also helps to have a supporting for individual growth, and also it empowers each family members, and also reduces the stress and burden. Today we see a lot of stress within each family members, not knowing how to share, or how to like stick on to their roles and responsibilities within the family system. So when it comes to strengthening family bonds, family counseling, like I told you, it helps to improve your communication. It also helps you to understand the other person, what the other person is going through, to have empathy, and also it helps to address or resolve the conflicts, and also helps to have healthier interactions, instead of like blaming each other or taking the blame games or blaming traps. It helps to have a healthy conversations between the family members and help to resolve the conflicts. It strengthens the bond within the family. And also when we talk about the resolving conflicts, we know like many of the issues, or many of the marital therapies would be dealing with issues which arise because of difference of opinions, or where the conflicts would not be resolved. So families they face various conflicts and challenges over a period of time. It could be between siblings, it could be between parent and child, it could be between spouse, or it could be between generations. So family counseling provides a safe space to address these issues. We could see when it is multi-generational, the values or attitudes or beliefs could be like changing from generation to generation. The attitude, the way people's perspectives also would differ. So family counseling will help to resolve such issues and improving parent-child relationship. Nowadays we could see a lot of nuclear families are evolving. In olden days there used to be a joint family system wherein you had one or the other family member to support you or to guide you. But nowadays, because of this nuclear family concept, children would find them secluded or being alone, not having anyone to interact. So family counseling would be helpful to foster a nurturing environment, or also lead a healthier parent child relationship, promoting emotional well-being. Nowadays we could see after COVID many people are talking about the importance of emotional well-being. So emotional support and a positive family environment are very very crucial for a person to grow as an individual as well. So when there is peace and harmony at home, you are at ease to like focus on your work or focus on your progress or focus on your growth. So family counseling addresses emotional distress or any mental health concerns that is within the family, and it promotes overall emotional health. Addressing life transitions, many a times there would be certain unexpected things that could happen, and there would be a greater transitions that aren't that you wouldn't expect happening in your lives. Maybe you could get separated, or there could be a divorce, or there could be a relocation, or there could be transfer, job transfer. This could be very distressing as well. So this family counseling will be very helpful for the families to face any such sort of challenging situations, and this counseling can offer them the best guidance or also offer them the best coping strategies to navigate through these transitions. And breaking negative cycles. Families may get stuck in negative patterns of behavior or communication. We could say, if a person is very angry, people talk, or people generally would address, he's just like his grandfather, very aggressive in behavior, or that but that always flows in the family genes. These people are like that only. So if ever any negative pattern is there, or family counseling would be helpful for you to break those negative challenges or negative cycles. It also helps to identify the negative aspect and helps to break these destructive cycles, and it helps the families to adapt healthier way of interactions. So building effective communication. Communication is very important in every aspect of your life. See, being transparency in communication is very very essential. So effective communication will help us to build healthy relationships. Family counseling equips family members with communication skills, enabling them to express themselves openly and respectfully. So supporting blended families, it's like it involves integrating different family systems. So family counseling assists in fostering harmonious environment and also have a positive relationship in blended families, because when we take a family, there could be like sub systems of the family. So you would be born in particular a family carrying out your own values, and you after your marriage you will be subjected to do different environment. So how the blending of these families, sometimes there will be some sort of difficulty for a person to get blended into the new environment. So this family counseling will be helpful for you to um, uh, tackle such sort of situations. So enhancing problem solving skills. It helps the family members to work collaboratively and also to resolve conflicts, and also if ever there is any sort of crisis in the family, it helps all the family members to collectively make some sort of decisions or arrive at solutions which could be very helpful for them to have a mutual satisfactory resolutions. So preventing future issues. Family counseling could be helpful for you to predict sometimes, or to know like what sort of issues could arise because of the present scenarios that is existing within the family dynamics. So family counseling can prevent those potential problems from escalating or recurring in the future. So supporting individual growth, when we talk about supporting individual growth, it's like to provide a healthy atmosphere within the family so that the individual well-being is focused, and also it creates a healthier environment or a supportive environment for each individual of the family, so that it helps them to know their potential and to pursue their future or future goals or their careers. And empowering family members. Many a times what happens is, sometimes because of uh, in different parts or different cultures there could be gender stereotypings, and we could see a lot of discriminations also happening to certain sect of genders. So these family counselings will help people who are subjected to such sort of discriminations, to empower them and to make them no, to identify their active roles. And also it encourages a sense of responsibility, accountability and agency in creating positive change within the family. So reducing stress and burden. Nowadays, we could hear the word stress everywhere, right from small kid to like even older people are saying like this is very stressful for us. We are facing stress. So this family counseling lightens the burden by providing professional support and guidance. So what are the principles of family counseling? When we talk about the principles of family counseling, it is we have systems perspective, it is holistic in approach, and it helps to have a non-blaming and non-judgmental perspective. It helps to identify collaboration, to create boundaries and hierarchies. It also helps to find the genogram and family history, cognitive restructuring, goal oriented and confidentiality and privacy. Now let us look at each one of these. So when we talk about the systems perspective, family counseling operates from a systemic perspective. Like it considers a family as a complex interconnected system rather than focusing solely on a particular person. So it's a collective of individuals, or it is a whole bunch of all the family members within the structure. It also acknowledges that each family member's behavior and emotions are influenced by, and it can influence the entire family system. So the impact would be on the whole family, not like, oh, one person of the family is affected, how it's going to make any difference. So even one person's behavior or emotions, it's going to impact the entire family. So holistic approach, when we talk about holistic approach, it is to recognize a families more than the sum of their individual members. Even if it is a small group, if it is a father, mother and one child also, it is, you have to take into account the entire family members. It considers the family's culture, history. I talked about the values, attitudes and beliefs. And these consist of the family dynamics. And also it helps to focus on the challenges faced by the family members. So communication and interaction, how important is effective communication in family counseling? So therapists work to improve the communication and also know the communicating pattern. Many times you could see in a particular family, none of the family members would come with their opinions. They don't put their opinions, they just listen to just one member of the family. Whatever he or she says would be the ultimatum, and there is no policy of agree to disagree like that. So this in family counseling, the therapist would work to improve that openness, or will help the other family members to have the empathy and to listen to at least listen to what the other member is saying. So this helps them to have active listening and empathy, and also to promote openness. So strengths-based approach. So family counseling emphasizes on identifying and building the strengths and resources of the family members. Each one of the family members have their own strengths. So focusing on those strengths, they could be focused, and they could be taken to tackle if there are any challenges, and also at times it helps to build resilience. So if ever there is any crisis in the family, so they can find out, like, okay, what is the strength of the family members, how they can like cope with this crisis. So what would be the best way to have a coping strategy to overcome the crisis? So strength based approach would address such issues. So non-blaming and non-judgmental. So in counseling we always say, like, a therapist should have that non-judgmental attitude. Many times what happens in the family system is there would be a correlation, or some one person would be always there would be triangulation. So if there are three family members, for instance, if a father, mother, and a child, so sometimes what happens is, the mother and the child would form a coalition against the father, or another external family member could be forming a triangulation and influencing the opinions of other family members. So family counseling maintains a non-blaming, non-judgmental stance, and also the goal is to understand and emphasize rather than assigning the blame. So to understand why that particular person is behaving in that manner, so what is it that the other family member has to look in for without judging the other person. Okay. So collaboration, the therapist collaborates with the family to identify and achieve their goals, and also to have their input in value, which will be very valuable while having any strategies or to develop any treatment plans. So the therapist as well as the family members collaborate with each other and work. And change and adaptability. When we talk about change and adaptability, family counseling recognizes the change in, like, we know, like, certain things are unexpected in the family, and the family doesn't know how to cope with that. So I mean, during COVID you could have seen many incidences wherein the one of the breadwinner of the family is lost, and the family doesn't know how to cope with that situation, how they could adapt to that sudden loss. Or a mother would have a miscarriage, which is very, very traumatizing. So these aspects are addressed with family counseling. So the therapist help families adapt to transitions such as marriage, birth, loss, relocation, or and to navigate through these crises successfully. And boundaries and hierarchies, it is a very, very important aspect in family counseling. Many a times we should know where to draw the line, or where we should form a rigid boundaries, or where to mark the line which doesn't hurt the other people, but still tell them, like, this is the limit. So understanding and addressing boundaries and hierarchies within family system are very, very essential. Many times we see many of people or outsiders or a third party poking their noses in between two people, spoiling the relationship, or influencing the beliefs of other person. Instead of helping, it would really help them to widen the gap between the relationship. So clear and healthy boundaries support individual autonomy, and also it helps to have a interconnectedness within the family. Okay. It really helps to build the respect between family members. And genograms and family history, many of us, we tend to, like, whenever someone wants to take up groom or bride from other family. In olden days, they used to look in for like the 7 generations, how the family was. It sort of gives like what sort of family the person is going to get involved into. And genograms and family histories not only will be helpful to know the values or attitudes or beliefs, believe me, nowadays it also helps with the health conditions as well. So it is always better to know about the family histories, or no, to have in an insight to the multi-generational patterns and dynamics. So emotional expressions. Family counseling helps to encourage um, having emotional expressions within the family communication, and also it allows family members to express their feelings and needs in a safe environment. See, for any person, the most favorite place would be their home. It's not the four walls they have, but what is within the four walls, that makes them feel safe and secure. So you feel yourselves at your home, when you are able to like put in your opinions, or you are able to like show your emotions, or able to be vulnerable and express your feelings. So emotional expression is very very crucial for a person. It also helps to have a better emotional well-being. So if you have, or if you are struggling with some sort of emotional distress without knowing how to express it, so it really affects your mental health as well as your physical health. So cognitive restructuring, family counseling may incorporate cognitive restructuring techniques to challenge negative thought patterns and to promote positive attitudes within the family. Goal oriented, if ever there is any sort of situation, or the marital therapist could set certain goals which are achievable basing upon what needs are there. The therapist could identify that these are the needs and concerns within the family, and these are the goal settings, and they can work together. And also progress towards these goals is a regular, I mean, it has to be assessed periodically and see where they are in to achieve the goals. Confidentiality and privacy, very very important. Family counseling sessions are private and confidential. So even if the all family members come for family counseling, the therapist has no right to reveal what is happening between the other family member and him or her. So confidentiality and privacy are very very important, and we should respect. And if ever there is any sort of issue wherein as a therapist you feel like there is a threat to self of that family member, or if there is any threat from that family member to others, then the therapist has to report it. It's mandatory that he reports to the concerned authorities or other family members. So, as a family therapist or in family counseling, confidentiality and privacy is very, very important. So, when we look at the goals of family counseling, the aims and goals of family counseling are to improve communication, resolve conflicts, strengthen family bonds, address behavioral issues, enhance parenting skills, support life transitions, promote individual and family well-being, foster empathy and understanding, establish healthy boundaries, promote positive change, and prevent future issues. So we'll again see like how it could be done. Like one of the central goals of family counseling is to enhance communication. So like I told you, like communication will help you to have better understanding. It helps to improve empathy, and also to have that cooperation between family members, and to have a healthier relationship. When we talk about resolving conflicts, family counseling aims to address and resolve conflicts within a family. So many a times it always depends upon the way we treat the other person. So communication is very, very important, and the respect we give for the other person, the regards we have to them. So all these are very, very essential to resolve conflicts, and it could be done by identifying and understanding the sources of conflicts. And many times the therapist would help the family to find some constructive way to manage the disagreements and promote harmony. So strengthen the bonds. Family counseling strengthens emotional bonds between family members. So this includes building the trust, or fostering the support, and also to have a sense of belonging within the family. Okay. And address behavioral issues. Many times there would be certain behavioral issues that happen within the family. Sometimes one person would be very aggressive. There would be some adolescent problem with the adolescent kids or adolescent children, some behavioral issues, or there could be the person doesn't know how to manage their emotions, and this would in turn impact their behavior within the family. So by identifying negative behaviors, the therapist helps family members adopt healthier ways of interaction. So enhance parenting skills. For families with children, family counseling helps to improve parenting skills. We all know like about the different types of parenting styles. So family counseling will help to identify what type of family parenting style is in the family, and help the family to adapt to the healthier way of parenting, and helps the parents to understand the children's needs and create a nurturing and supportive environment for their growth. So support to life transitions, we already spoke about it. Whenever there is any sort of unexpected crisis, or any unexpected of event, or any loss or relocation, the counselor helps the family to navigate through these changes and helps them with the adaptability and adaptive techniques. So promote individual and family well-being. This includes addressing emotional and mental health issues and fostering a positive family environment. So build resilience. Family counseling helps families to build resilience and cope with challenges and stresses effectively. It also helps to enhance the problem solving skills of the family members, and to uh, develop coping strategies whenever there is any crisis or any sort of issue in the family, where the family is like totally broken. So this will help, family counseling will help the individuals to overcome the crisis, and also to build certain coping strategies. Fostering empathy and understanding and empathizing with each other of family members, it's very, very crucial for family counseling. It helps to have a healthier atmosphere, to have an environment wherein people would accept and support each family member. So establish healthy boundaries. Family counseling assists in establishing healthy boundaries, and also clear boundaries support individual autonomy while maintaining a sense of connectedness. So promote positive change. Ultimately, family counseling seek create positive and lasting changes within the family. It helps the family members to adopt healthier ways of relating to each other, and also to maintain a positive change over time. Prevent future issues. Like I told you, family counseling will be very helpful uh, by addressing the current challenges, or by having the communication, or building the communication pattern, or coping pattern, the strategies. Family counseling aims to prevent potential issues that could escalate or recur in future. So these are certain references that could give more details on family therapy. Thank you so much for this wonderful session.